Have you thought that you can understand what the English speakers are saying, but you just don't know what to say back? I think it can be this way for many people who are learning a language. I have lots of students who tell me that this is one of their biggest problems when it comes to learning English. For me, I found myself being able to understand Japanese a lot faster than I was able to speak it. Today, let's talk about ways that you can improve your fluency and start having better conversations. To improve your English fluency? If so, then let's get into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about today is input versus output. Focus on listening without actually speaking at some point. A lot of us focus on receptive skills like watching YouTube or TV or even listening to podcasts or music. But then when we don't have a lot of time or chances to speak in English, we never actually improve. You need as many chances as possible to actually speak in English on top of just listening or reading. Try to make time to actually put yourself into positions to make use of what it is that you're learning in English. When you learn something from a TV show or YouTube, how about try to get out there and use it on real people as soon as possible? And this will lead us into the second point today, which is talking to yourself. And I don't mean talking to yourself just to be talking, but how about try narrating things in your head in English? Whatever is happening in your day, try to go through it in your head in your own voice. When you do narration in your head, you don't have to worry about people around you judging your English, and you can improve at English in your own voice at your own pace. If you aren't too embarrassed, you can try speaking out loud to yourself and go over what's going on in your day-to-day life. So for example, if you are driving to work, talk about what you see. If you are on a walk, how about try to narrate those surroundings in English? Whatever it is, you just want to use vocabulary that you know, and this way you can start to train your brain and mouth to start thinking in English. If you see something that you don't know how to say in English, make a note of it. Then you could always go back and look it up and then practice speaking it out loud once you understand it better. Number 3 is talk to a language teacher. You can set the conversation, you can go over things that you don't do well, you can get corrections on your weak points. It's a good place to make mistakes, and it's also a great way that you can get specific advice. If you do get the chance to speak with a language teacher, think about things in between classes that you would like to work on and bring those up in your next class. Maybe it's a grammar point or just how to pronounce something. But the more prepared that you are with the language teacher, the more effective that it's going to be for you. And you can find someone online or in person. It can be for free, for a fee, one-on-one, or in a group. But a language teacher can be a big help to your English improvement if you use them in the right way. Number 4 is write down what you want to say. You can prepare some sentences, you can think of some conversation topics. Think about some questions that you always get, or just some questions that you've always thought to ask someone. Get your thoughts down because you can gain lots of confidence just by prepping. I have a student who always starts each class with a few prepared sentences or thoughts of things that have happened in between lessons. It gets her started and a little more comfortable, and also we have a lot more talking points to get the class started with. Everything then flows out from those questions and we can have a nice class. For example, what do you do or where are you from are some of the questions that you would get often if you're an adult. How about write down how you respond to those questions and then practice them as often as possible before you have the next conversation with someone. See what goes right or wrong with that conversation, and then you can pair some more things for that next conversation. Soon you have many different phrases and different ways to answer a variety of different topics or discussions in English. Number 5, fluency is better than perfection. Focus on being understood and don't worry so much about being perfect and not speaking anything at all. English is not your native language, so mistakes should be thought of as something that is natural. And sometimes mistakes can be a good thing. The reactions that you get from making mistakes can sometimes lead to you learning some new things. Can you be understood? And can you understand the person that you're talking to? If you have these two things, then that means you have the start of a great conversation. And in the end, that's the most important thing you should be thinking about. The more chances that you have to speak, the better you should get. So focus on your fluency and not perfection. Number 6 is shadowing. To do this, find a voice, repeat what you hear, and don't worry so much about the grammar at this point. What you want to do with shadowing is train your mouth and ears to listen and then speak. So really focus on the sounds and how everything is being pronounced. I did a video on shadowing, so if you're interested, I will leave a link down below. Check it out. Number 7 is to record yourself speaking. So the last thing we're going to talk about today is recording yourself. You can really start to understand how you sound once you record yourself. It's also a great way that you can see where you made your mistakes so that you can start to get better. Notice the differences where you're improving or where you need more work. Set a time goal, for example, half a year to a year, record yourself, and then you can go back at the end of that time goal, record yourself again, and you can match up those two recordings to see how you've improved. You can also try recording yourself against the model voice so that you can pick up those differences in the two. Save your recordings and then go back from time to time to check up on your progress. Do these give you any ideas on how to improve your English? If they do, how about you share this video with someone else that you think it will benefit, and then check out right here to learn more. Thank you so much for watching today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you.